So from the last class, we worked on um, determining the lowest profit across category and subcategory. And we also try to look into, the cause of that situation, why we are losing profit. So we looked into that. That's what we did mainly in the last class. I will just highlight that mainly. So then I said we'll create a granulated visual representation of the geographical distribution of profit within the superstore. So we have not looked at this. So this is one of the things we'll look at today. So I'll just come. So in the last class we did profit symbols map with population. I think we did this in last class, right? Someone should just answer, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. So what we'll be looking at is something like this for this class. So what I'll do is I will just create a new sheet in between, right? So like we have always done, we would you can just drag in location into this space. Now we have our, but what we are trying to do is we are trying to do a granulated visualization of the profit, right? So what we can do is we can first, let me remove, I don't know why region is on filter. I'll remove the region from filter from my, right? So first I'm going to change this automatic to map, right? So we change the automatic to map. So it shows, the map. So now the next stage is we want to do like maybe like a detail of the map. Say if I click on this, it shows the states. That means that first if I click on this, it's showing Alaska. But Alaska is not, Alaska is part of the US, but Alaska is not on our data. So when I change it to show a more granulated stuff of states, you see we are not seeing Alaska. Because on the data, Alaska is not on the data. Now if I click further, we can see what? We can see the cities. And if I click further on the city, you can see what? The postcodes. So we are going to use the postcode for this granulated data, right? So because we have the postcode there, if I go to size, if I come to profit, because what we are looking at is from our story. Yeah. We are looking at the profit. It said create a granulated visualization representation of the geographical distribution of profits within the superstore data set. So this is the granulated, yeah. So this is how far we can go into the insight of geographical location, the postcode. So first we have the country, the state, the city, then the postcode. So the postcode, if for example you're in the US, so you will, if you are living in the US, you most likely be living in a particular state, then we'll be living in a particular city. Then in our city is our postcode. Our postcode is going to be like our neighborhood, right? So just like I gave another example, I said if you are living in Nigeria, for example, you must be living in a particular state. If you are living in a state, you must be living in a city. Or some of our cities are like towns. So you'll be living in a town, right? And or your town would maybe fall under a particular city. But you also have what? You have what they call a postal code too in Nigeria. So you must have a postcode, right? That is your local government area or something like that. So you must have your local government area. So you must have your local government area or something. So are we all on this? Are we all have you all done this? Can someone just answer?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So what we want to do is now you take your profit and put it on what size? We take the profit and put it on size, right? When we put it on size, you see it will change, most likely change the sizes of this stuff. Okay, what I'll just do is I'll put it on size, then I will come to this map here and I'll change it to what? I'll change it to, because I want to use circle. I'll change it to circle. So it will change, it will change the shape, it will change it to what do you call it, circle. But because I really don't want to use circle for it, I want to use shapes. So I'll come here and I'll pick what? I'll pick shape. I'll pick a shape. So it will give me, there are different shapes. So it will circle and so on. So what I can do is I can come here, right, and pick that when you change this to shape, you can come here and pick shape. So first you want to change it to shape because I want to use shape instead of like that circle. I want to use shape for it. So I just click on shape. Then I'll come here and I'll click on what? I'm sorry, I'll come to shape here and I'll click on it. So it will ask me what type of, you can use extra, you can change your shape. So I'll come here. So you can come here and change the shape, whatever shape you want to use, right? But what I'll just do is I'll retain the circle. So I'll retain the circle there I'll retain the circle for the postcode. Yeah. So let me see if I adjust the size. So you can see that the size is changing in relation to the postcode, right? So let me remove the postcode and let's see city and let's see how it will react in terms of city. So we can see like the city. Then if we break it down to states, we can see now. So this is like something that we did before. But now we can see this is something like that we did before. So but if I break it further, it becomes more granulated. So I'll just reduce this a little further just to have something like that. So what we can also do is we can also put names. Now, if you go to name, maybe name of the maybe name of the city, or can use name of the city, right? And you put it on label. So it labels the city of that area, right? Then we can also do something. Let me. So we can have the name of the city and that area. So what we can also do is that we can hold it. We can hold. Are we all here?
Yes.
Okay, so we can have this. Just like we have been, we can have the name of the city. But then again, I just thought of something. So rather than doing the name of the city here, I would remove. I'll remove that. Then what I want to do is I want to hold. I'll remove the sorry. I'll remove the city. I'm sorry, not the city. Yeah, yeah, the name of the city. I remove the city. The names are not there. So what I'll do is I will dualize this axis. So the way I'll dualize the axis is that I'll hold control, then I'll drag my latitude to the side and drop it. So it will create two axes, just like we used to do, create two axes. So now we have on our max card, we have two axes. So we have the latitude axis down here. We have another one here. So the one up, I want to change that to graphic, to the map. So it's showing map. But I want to remove profit from that one, right? And there's
Sorry, Ade. Sorry, Ade.
yeah.
From where you duplicated the latitude, can you just start again? Please, so sorry.
So what you just do is you hold on control. You click this and drag it and just put it beside. Did you get that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So what I want to now do is I want to remove the sum of profit from it. No, undo. So what I want to do is I want to click on latitude. You know there are two latitudes there. You know, first on the max card you have all. This one is all for. If I change anything here, it's affecting these two. If I change anything in this first one, it's affecting the one on top. If I change anything in the last one, it's affecting the one below. So I'll go to the one below. The one on top. And I want to remove profit from that. So if I remove profit from that and change it to map, or if I put automatic or change it to map, or if I change it to map, you see to change. So you can see that it's different from the one below, right? And if I say I bring country and I put on color, why is it changing the one below? Oh, not country, state. So if I bring state and put on color, but why is it affecting this other one? Okay, you know what? Just hold on. Just give me a moment. Okay, let me see something. Okay. I don't know what's happening. Okay. Sorry about that. I'll just do something real quick. Just give me a moment there. Okay. Just okay. So I will just go back a little bit and do this again. So I don't know why what is happening here. But what I'm trying to do here is I want to change. We're going to, just like we have been dualizing axis, we are going to do, what we are trying to do is dualize the geographical um, map. So what I want to do is I want to put this, superimpose this over this. But while this one will be showing, say, the geographical location and and the states, right? And the lower one will be showing the other one will be showing the profit, just like it's doing now. So what I'll just I'll go to map first, and I'll go to, I believe you are all here. So I'll go to map here and come to background layout. Right. I would choose my usual black that I always that I've been doing for a while now. So then I would unselect the names of the country and region, and I would add water body, and what else here? I'll come here and I'll put the population of the state, right? Then I'll use the gray. So what I've done is I've removed the name of the country, I've removed the name of the states, I've what else? Then I've removed the population. I've added population to it. I've added detail of state. The detail is at state level. So, but what I can do is, because I want to use the postcode, so I can say I can even add it at postcode level, right? I can add it as postcode level. So, say for example, you see the population that you're saying is based on the postcode. So at postcode level. So, but just that's if you need it, if you want to do that, you can do that. But I'll leave it at what? I'll leave it at state level, because that is very granulated. So I'll just leave the population at state level. Then I would okay. So I'll leave that as that. Then I'll close this. Right. So the next thing I want to do is I want to look at
Sorry, Ajay.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry, Kat. How did you get the detail? My detail is not showing.
What detail?
Went to map, background layers. You change detail to state. I don't have that option.
This where?
No, you went to map at the top, at the header,
Okay.
map,
So
background layers.
background layer.
Yeah, you had detail, but I don't have detail.
No, but you know, at first,
I don't.
at first, it will not show all these things. You have to, on the layer, you have to pick population. Have you picked population?
Population. Okay, I just did.
So when you select population, you see the detail. So you see state, and you can now pick color. So I picked gray. You can pick purple, you can pick whatever color you want. But I picked gray. Yeah.
Then the top bit, you unticked some things and added 6 new ones. Can I just confirm?
You said what?
The top bit, where it says background map layers, you unticked some things and added more people.
Yeah, so what I did, I unticked the country name. This one, the country name, it was showing before, but I removed it. Then the state name also was showing before.
Okay,
I removed it. Yeah, the
okay.
states. Yeah, the names of the states. So I removed that. So what I did was I added water labels. Yeah.
Okay.
That just showed the North Atlantic Ocean and the North Pacific Ocean. So yeah, that's that as regards to that. Then okay, yeah. So that's that as regards to that. So now this. So let me remove
mine is not showing North Pacific Ocean, sorry.
You said?
I don't have the option of non-Pacific Ocean showing on the visualization. Sorry.
Wait, on and is your what do you call it? Is your water label sticked?
Yeah, fixed it, yes.
I really don't know what is happening, but it should show, because that's the what it should is labeling the water bodies. So, but that is not really like that's not the important bit for the class. So let's just move on. I can look at that later for you. Okay. So what I want to do is I would not do this. So I would come to this, right? And I would collapse this. Then I would just collapse it at state level. So now we are seeing the state, right? So can you do that? Can you collapse that to state level? So if you collapse that to state level, you just all you just need is, if I collapse it now, it's on country level. So it should just be state. So state or just state to be showing. So we can label it or the states, right? So we can put it on color. But do I want to even keep the color? No, I don't want to keep color. I just want to label it. So I'll just label it, right? So state, I'll just give it a label so we can see the names of our states, right? So I want to put this above,
Sorry, Ayo.
yeah.
So can you label it and also leave the color if you want?
Just with the color I gave, yeah, you can label
Yeah.
it and leave the color. You can label it and leave the color.
Okay.
But I don't think I want to do that. So yeah, so then the border, I want to make the border white. So if you go to color, now you just make the border white. I just make the border, I just make the border white. So then now what else do I want to do to that? Okay, okay, I'll come down here. I'll look at this blue color. So I might want to change the color to something lighter. Let's see. So so I just want to try something real quick. So what we're supposed to have is something like that. Okay. So so what I'll do is this now for okay, just go back a little bit. So what I want to do, I'll just go back a little bit and remove the state here. But I don't know. I don't know why this thing. I'm expecting it to give me a particular. Why is it doing this? That's not what I want. Okay, so what I'm expecting to do is I'm expecting this to give me a field map. But I don't know why it's not giving me a field map. So if we come to if you hold on to this, it says one geographical dimension and one measure, yeah, or is superimposing the two. No problem. So what I'm trying to do is I want to, like I said, I just want to superimpose that on this, but it's not working the way I want it to work. If I if I if I if I dual it now, it's coming up on it here, but I don't want it to be like this. Okay. I'll just stick to let me So what I'll just do is let me just go back a little bit. So back to where we were before. Yeah, so like I said, we just leave this and give it a name, label them with the country name. Just put that on label. Then we can, not country, states rather, state on label. Then we can edit the label. But first, I'll leave the border. I'll leave the border black. Then I'll make the map itself white. The map will be white. So I can edit the names. First, I'll first superimpose this. So how I'll do that is, so first, when you come to the color, right, you change the border to black, right? So on the border, it's going to be black. Then for the layer, I'll change that to white, right? Then I want to superimpose this on the other one, just like we always do. We use the dual axis. I will put that on that. But we would still edit this further so we can actually see.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Where is the layer again? I've changed the border to black, but I think you were fast with the layer.
So you just pick the color here, white.
Okay.
So we'll still do like a little editing there. So what I'll just do is I'll go to format, just there, and then I'll click here and I'll go to what is it state? I'll go to state and I'll go to fonts and I'll just change the font. I'll use the common font that is on the system there. So I'll just use Tableau Bold and I'll use, let's see, not changing. Okay. I'll just do the general field then. I don't know why this is not changing. It should change. But I'll just use the general one. I'll go to font again. So I'll use the general one, just the sheets there. Come here and go to change it.
Excuse me, Aya, if you don't mind, please.
Yeah.
When you this is just a suggestion so that we can follow you. Could you give us like 3 or 5 seconds to just catch up with whatever instruction? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Because you seem to be fast for us.
No, mind. It's because I know we have done the editing before. That's what I was just.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
Thank you.
Yeah. So what we'll just do is let me just go back a little bit. So what I've done is I'll just go back a little bit. So what I've done is I've superimposed this. I'm going to superimpose this on one another, right? And what we have done that before. What we just do is we dual the axis. So we'll come to the. So if you have like, you can have like even 4, 5, you can have like 6 axes and dual differently. So the point is placing one above the other one, right? So we'll come to the one here and we'll click on dual axis. So if you click on dual axis, what we have on the other one comes on this, right? So what we want to now do is edit the map underneath. Now, I explained to us that I said we have 3 marks here. The first mark is for the first map. Now, if I come to color of the last map, right? The color on the last mark, we have on the marks, we have 1, 2, 3 cards. We have all, we have latitude, we have another latitude. So the second latitude, if I come to color and I change the color, so say for example, gray, we see that the blue will change to gray. If I change it to this color, you can see that the color has changed. If I change it to red, you see that the color has changed. In fact, I'll just leave it on red. So we can see that the color has changed, right? Then I will just leave that as that. Now I would go to the second card, right? On the second card, what I want to show is I want to edit the states. So I'll just click on edit, format. Like all I want to do is edit the what do you call it? The fonts. So I just go to format and edit the font. So when I'll come to worksheet here, and I would click on Tableau board. You can use any font you want. Well, me, I just like this font because it's, it's bold. So I'll give it font size 11. I can increase the bold. I can put bold. Then I will change the color to black. Right. So if I change to black, I think that has like kind of like edited what I want to edit. Right. So just me looking at this, I have like the what do you call it of the granulated of the profit by this thing. But if I want to still go further and show, and show now I'm showing the states, but okay, it's duplicating the states in that manner. So what I'll do is this, rather than so what I can go further to do is this. I can, this is showing what they call it. It's showing this one is going further. It's showing the what they call it. It's showing the what's it called? The postcode area. So what I can do is that's what when I click on, I'm clicking on this postcode. Before it was on state, which was white. So if I click on this, if I go further, if I want to show like in postal code, because we're showing the map in postal code. If I want to go and show postal code, what I can do is I can close this and bring in the postal code and put it on label. You see that it brings out the postal code of the area. But of course, I don't want to use the postal code to label the place. So I can put maybe I can put the city, right? To label the area and to show, okay, this is the city that we're talking about. Right. So we can have the city, the area, the city, and the area, the city, and the city on our map. So what I'll just do is I'll leave it on the area and the city. So I was thinking of leaving it on the white before, but I think we have something that shows something like this here. So if we have something like this, it's not bad, right? So I can show. Let me rename this. I'll just rename this quickly. I'll call it profit distribution by postal code. Sorry. By postal code. Let me remove the population. So I just do something like this. I would just want to make sure I'm using the same font all around so that by the time I go back and let me 20. You can use whatever font you want, whatever font you feel like using. Yeah, I'm just using whatever font I feel like using here. So like I said, because this is not bright, I can't see the state properly. So I want to go and increase the brightness. I want to change the color of the state to white so I can see what is written there. So yeah, so it's easy to read now. But there are still a lot. I think they are kind of like a lot clumsy. I don't know. Maybe I should reduce the size a little bit to like let's see 8. Yeah, so I think this is better. So I just reduce it to 8 and leave that as that. So if we zoom into this area, we can see, yeah, so sometimes if you also want to add like more details in your map, like if I come to the map layout now, and I want to like maybe show say area code boundaries now, for example, if I click on that. So we can see like something showing like area code boundary. So we can see the boundary. But if we zoom in, you can see that boundary. Say for example, we want to show like building footprints and neighborhood. So if we zoom in now, we'd start seeing, let's see, we start seeing like streets and what you see buildings and stuff like that. So like that's if, for example, maybe you are looking at one area now, you want to can see that we can see like the buildings, you can see the streets, you can see their street names and things like that. So you have all these what do you call it? Ticks to do that, to show terrain and things like that. But I'll not be I'll not I don't really need that because I'm not like doing any of all those things. So yeah, so that's what this background map layer is for. So you can use it to do all those things, right? So I'll just leave mine the way it is. And did I not untick that? Yeah, so I'll just leave the area code boundary just to give it some kind of like so if you look into it, like you can see like some so yeah, so I'll just leave it like this. So I think in terms of granularity, we have been able to look at this other question. So yeah, this one is just for the what's happening. Okay, this one is for the I don't know. Okay. This one is for the size. So yeah, you see, the more I increase it, the bigger it gets. Yeah, but because if I make it too big, they are overlapping. So you're not really seeing what is happening. I think they are like, okay, so they are overlapping. So it depends. If you are just looking at this area now, you see they are big enough to look at. So, but if you zoom out, the purpose of this is so that you can zoom into like I said, the dashboard is interactive. The dashboard is an interactive dashboard. So if someone is interacting with it, the person wants to be able to zoom in and zoom out of the place, right? So that they can see, so that they can zoom in, like if they see something. So I'll just leave it in this size at the moment. So do we have any questions so far on how we got to this place? Huh? Guys?
I have a question.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm saying, was it necessary to superimpose both maps, or couldn't we have represented this visualization on just one map? Do we have to dualize and superimpose?
Yeah, there's something that is what I was trying to do. I don't know why I'm not kind of like getting what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do was to give a geographical representation on one and give a shape representation on the other one. But funny enough, the thing is not working the way I'm expecting it to work, right? So it's supposed to give it's supposed to give a shape. It's supposed to give like let me try to show you what I'm saying. It's supposed to give a representation on one and the other one, right? So if, for example, this is something I did earlier on, you can see, okay. Now I see where the problem is. So what I did in the other one was, yeah. So what I did in the other one was, I see where my problem was. So what I did in the other one was this map, right? The one that we did before was showing the one that we did before was showing profit. So the one below, what I'll just do is I would show the sales, right? So what I did was I showed the sales in that. So if I bring the sales,
how may I be of it?
So if I put the sales on column, let me just let me see. Undo. Okay. I don't know why this is not working the way it should work. Because if I put just if I put the it's supposed to it's supposed to map out the sales according to the country, but I don't know why that is not right. So I don't know why that is not happening. I don't know why. I really don't know why. I don't know why it's not selecting this. Because once I have a measure in, I should be able to select this. But what it's just doing for me is just selecting the shape. I don't know why it is doing that. So you see, like what it's doing is doing the shape. So I don't know why it's doing that. It shouldn't do that. Okay, let's I don't know why it's doing that for this, for it. I don't know. Let's see if we see okay. So okay. So if we just sorry to take us back a little. Sorry, who asked the question again?
It's me, Rose.
Rose. Okay, so what I've done now is this. For the first one, I reduced the granulation of the map to state, right? Then I now put in my sales on color. So now that I put in my sales on color with the sales, I want to, it's showing the sales. So what I can do in this sales is I can go to the color of the sales, right? Then I can come in here and say I want to give it like 6 steps. When I give it 6 steps, the reason why I always give it 6 steps is if I put it on 5 steps, the center will be in between the same color. Say for example, I'm just giving an example. If this center is 0, if something falls on minus, I will not be able to know from the map. But if I make it 6 step or 8 step, if it's always an even number, then it falls in the center, so I can know which one is the color or not. That's why I always use an even number. So I advise you to use an even number if you are doing it. So that's why I use it. So I put step 6. When I come to advance, and I say I want it to start at the value that it is suggesting, and I want it to end at the value that it is suggesting. So it's saying that the maximum sales is this, and the minimum sales is this. But then again, I want to get which part where I would make my center. So why is it not giving me option for center? Technically, it's supposed to give me an option for center. I don't know why it is not giving me option for center. I don't know. I really don't know why it's not giving me option for center. Okay, yeah, I can't pick a center. Okay, yeah. Say let me. Okay, I'll use white for this. So what I did was I just clicked on reset and I clicked on the center. So what he did was he gave me like 2 different colors. I clicked on the step. Then okay, I can make this the green saying like okay, there is like a lot of I'm making money, right? And the other one I can make a red saying I'm losing money, right? So
Sorry,
yeah.
Ade, are we to unimpose? We've matched those two.
Yeah. What I'll take us back. I'll take us back on what we are going to do. So, as based on the question that Bruce was asking. So, what we'll do is we'll do the would it's based on the question that she's asking. So, what I did was I removed the dual axis, right? And I now made this one to state level, and now I'm now trying to put the sales, then superimpose the profit on the sales with the at postal level. So that's what I'm trying to do now. So I'm trying to now not just do that, but also give context, give like a context to the what's it called? To the So what it means to be making sales, like maybe like sales target or something like that. So that's what I'm trying to do now. So I'll just remove this quickly. When I put the state and the country, when it's at state and country level, all I just need to do is bring in my sales and put it on color. So, but when it comes up, when I put it on color, I will now click on color here. And I'll click on edit. That's when it brings me here. Then I'll click on advance, right? I'll click on reset and click on center. So I'll click on this side, I'll give it the red color. Then I'll click on this other side and give it the green color. So I'll just make my green a little bit greener. So I'll just make the green and red. So then I'll give it 6 steps. Then in the center now, I know I want to say, okay, maybe 10,000 pounds would be like, okay, they are making like will be my like center of my sales. So you see 10,000 would be like the center of sales. So any area that I'm selling lower than 10,000, that means I'm losing. I'm not really selling. That's low sales. So this map will be doing two things. It's going to be looking at the region where you're selling, the target that you are okay, in every state I want to be selling more than 10,000. I want to be selling, or my total sales should be more than 10,000. So if you look at this one, this total sales here is 5,000 something, 4,000, 1,000, 4,000, 2,000. So any place here is higher. Any other place that is green, that is showing a little green, that means it's higher than the 10,000 that I've set as the center. So if, for example, you want to launch a campaign, it's going to be the places where you are selling lower than 10,000 that you go to. I'm just giving that as an example. So that's like, I just looked at that. I'm just giving that as an example. So once we have done this, then we can now impose the two on one another, which is this. So this is, so okay, even though you are not selling enough, the profit, you are still making profit there, but you are not just selling enough, right? So that's what it's showing us. Then you can play with the shapes, you can, but because of the color that I've used for this, I want to change the color here for my shape. Instead of using red, I probably want to use a black now. Right. So let me also see, if I can, just trying to adjust the transparency. Yeah. So what I did was I made the transparency of this, I made 100%, so it's not transparent. Then the other one, right, I reduced the transparency to say like 80 or 81. Yeah, so it's a little, so that other one is bright on it too. Yeah, so we can see like the profit around all these areas. So like the number, so if we zoom in, you can see like, oh, there are a lot of stores here. So see, we have like how many stores in this area? There are a lot of stores in this area. In fact, there's one on top of, I think there's one on top of each other in this area. I'm not so sure. I think there are like two here on top of each other. So there are like two. So what we have here is sales and profit per postcode. Or if to say, I'm just thinking, if to say, for example, I break this down further, yeah, it won't make any sense. So anyways, so this is what we use now. So what I'll just do, I'll just add like the state name to it. So I'll just put the state on label, so the name will come on. I don't think this color for the name is good. It's not bright enough. Let me see if I change that color. Let me see if I can change that color. What can I change it to? So I'll just go to edit and see. Color can I change it? I don't even know what color to change it to that. I think black is the best I can do. So let me see if I okay. So I would leave the blue, the green, the blue and the black. So I use I'll leave the blue for this and the black for yeah. So let me see. If I change the border to white, let's see how it looks better. So if you also change the border of the middle card to white, then yeah, then it's would. I'm sorry that I had to like go on and on about this same thing. It shouldn't take this long, but it was me that was what I was trying to do. I didn't get it at first, but now I think yeah, I think I'm able to achieve what I was trying to achieve before. So I'm sorry about that. Sometimes I forget. Yeah, so I'm sorry about that. So, but if I would, for those of us that have not gotten it the first time, I would just quickly try to redo it in a way. So what I did was I put the what do you call it, the country there. I changed this to geographical map. Then I opened this up to states. Then I dualed it. I made two, right? So in the first one, I want to deal with
How
sales.
do you make the longitude, sir?
You said what?
How do you make the latitude too? That is, how did you carry that? How do you
Okay,
extract?
okay. I held on to control. I clicked and dragged. So hold on to control. Control is like you're copying. So copy and paste. So that's what I did. I held on to my control, clicked and dragged. So then I created the two. So the next thing I did was to put sales on color for the first one. Like I said, okay, undo. I will do that. So I'm going to the first one. So there are two. I said there is all. This all, if you do anything here, it affects the two. If you do anything on the first one, on the next one, it affects the one on top, and the last one affects the one below. So the first thing I wanted to do was take sales and put on color for the one in between. So you see, it's the one in between that is affecting. And I said, and when I put that, I edited this. I edited the color. I changed the color. I'll just retain this color. I won't go too far with it. I'll just use this color. So the first thing I did was I went to advanced and I clicked on center. So when I clicked on center, I gave two colors. So I'll go to step and I'll increase it to 6. And I'll put the center. I want my center to be 10,000. So that's what I did. And I applied it. And when I applied it, you can see that the color has changed. So I want to say okay, but I'll just give like 10 seconds to see the settings. So yeah, so that's what I did in the other one. So I just clicked on OK, right? So we have set this one up. This is for sale. So the other thing I also did was I labeled the country. I'm sorry, the state. So I put state, where state. Okay, state. I put state on label. So labeled the states. Then for the next one, the one low, I clicked on that. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to show profit for this. So I went to what? I went to postal code level. And I changed this map to what? To shape. And I wanted to retain circle, but you can decide to use any color, you can even use this star. Depends on whatever you want. You can use anything. You can see, but they don't look good. This one is not bad. This is not bad, bro. You can also use this, but I just use the circle. So, right. So I used the circle, and the next thing I did was I brought profit. I put on size. So when I put profit on size, it adjusts to the size of the profit. If I cancel this now, if it is at state level, you can see the profit changes. If it's at, state level, you see the profit changes. If it's at city level, you can see. If it's at postal code level, so it's postal code level we are dealing with, so the most granulated level. And what I did also further was to change the color. I changed the color of the circle. Let me just look for a color that would, let me see how black would work on this. So let's say I pick black. So the next thing I did was, I think on this first one, on this latitude, the first latitude, I also changed the color of the border to white. So the border is white. So what I now did was I superimposed that by using the dual axis. So when I did the dual axis, it brought that one and put on this. So it's just like something similar to what I've done here, but this is different, right? And we have the state name. So this is what I did just now. So I'm sorry that I took all your time to go about that. So yeah, so that is that as regards to this. So that is that as regards to this our story, this second story. So what we did, the next story will now be like construct a dashboard and narrative, to share valuable insights with stakeholders. So based on all we have done, I don't know if anybody has any question from this one that we just did now, because I repeated it so that you can see the step-by-step process. So does anyone have any question? Hello, are we okay?
No, we're here trying to follow you, but it was a bit too quick for me personally. I don't know if
which part, where were you? Where did I lose you?
I think the dual axis looks like you started all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're just starting up. Sorry.
Well, share your screen so that we are all on the same page. Share your screen quickly.
Yeah, I have to sign into the other screens, if you don't mind. But I'm following you. If you could just repeat the steps, I'll appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, but I have to know where I lost you. So because I don't want to have to. Yeah, I want to know where are you so that we know.
So what I did was I had to uncheck the dual axis.
Okay.
To go back, but from what you did, you had to open a new sheet.
Okay. Now I've unchecked it. Now I've unchecked it. Right. I've unchecked it now. You can see it. Right. So the first thing you want to do is, since you have unchecked it, what you just want to do is very simple. Anything that is on green, any measure that is on green, remove it. And that's on the first one. Make sure you
have the first latitude, isn't it?
For the first latitude.
Card.
For the first latitude, yeah. For the first card. And the first latitude. So remove anything that is green on it. So all you have there is just state. Okay, you can remove the state too, it's just the name. So all you have there is just country and state. And the map it should be map.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have this? Do you have the blue that I have now? Or if it's
yes, I have. Yeah, I think mine is white also.
White. Okay, just leave it like that. So the next thing we want to do now is bring in the state, the name. So you put it on label.
Okay, got that.
So you have what I have now, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, now, so the next thing you want to do now is because we want to show sales, so we'll bring sales, we'll put it on color. We'll drop it on color. So
yeah,
to change.
Done that.
Now you click on color.
Yeah, done that.
Click on edit. If you click on edit, it will show you something like this. Click on advance.
Yes, done that.
Click on center.
Yes, center.
Okay, now it will show two different colors, right?
Yes.
So click on step and increase it to 6.
Yes, done that.
So come to center and type 10,000.
Okay, I have that already. Yeah.
Okay, apply that and okay.
Okay.
So we should have something like this now.
Okay, excellent. Got that.
So the lower one, the lower one, you have the profit, the sum profit exactly where it is, right?
Yes.
So now what you just need to do is just go back and
dual access it. Okay.
So do you have what I have now?
Yes, I do. I do.
So is anybody behind? Yeah, you're welcome. Is anybody behind? So we're on the same page, right? Okay, that's fine. So the last story. Sorry, I went on and on about that. It shouldn't take. You can see it shouldn't take long. It shouldn't take more than 15 minutes or 10 minutes to do what I did. So that it took forever. So then we have the construct. Okay, we said we should construct a dashboard, a narrative that shares or to share. No, construct a dashboard and narrative to share valuable insights with stakeholders. So what we want to do is we want to build a dashboard that shows like them information about their their company, the stakeholders. But there's something I want to quickly show us before that. Now, if you look at, as I'm pointing to each state, is showing something underneath. It's showing the states, it's showing the name of the country, the state, and the sales. This thing you are seeing is called a tooltip. It's called a tooltip. Now, if I want to edit my tooltip, I can edit my tooltip. Now, the way to edit the tooltip is to come to tooltip here. If you click on tooltip, it shows you what should show on your tooltip when you click on your tooltip, when you put your tooltip. So you will see the tooltip. These are the things that should show on the tooltip. Now, I will cancel this again. You can see if I put my tooltip on any of all this center now, you can see it's showing the city, it's showing the country, it's showing the postcode, it's showing the state, it's showing the profits. But if I put it on the other one, it's showing the state, it's showing the country, it's showing the sales, right? So there is tooltip for the upper one and there's tooltip for the lower one. So we superimpose two things. The first one is that's the first one, is just showing country, state, and sales. The second one is showing what? The second one is showing city, country, postcode, state, and profit. Right? So we can edit this tooltip and we can let the dashboard or whatever our visualization, we can tell it what we want to be seen in this tooltip. So if I click on the tooltip again, I want to change this. Maybe I want to change the font of all these states. So I highlight the font, this font. I don't know. Okay. I highlight everything. I'll probably change their fonts to. I'm just thinking, what should I change it to? What should I change it to? I'll just change it to this one. I'll make it bold, and I'll do a backspace, and I'll just put one space in between. I'll do one space in between this. You see that less than sign, the less than and greater than sign. It says country less than and greater than. That less than and greater than sign is trying to say that is a measure or a dimension. So always don't what do you call it? Don't delete any of that part because it's a measure, right? So you can decide to take one away and put one. So here it's showing country, state, city, and postcode, and the sum. So if, for example, I want the sum profits to be, the font to be bigger, I can increase it to say 12, and I can change the color. Say I want the color to be, I want it to be, I want it to be different. I want the color to be different from other colors so that people can see it. So I say maybe I make it, let us say, red. The postcode too. Those are the things that are important. The postcode. I want that one. I change the color of that one. And I'll say, okay. If I come here now, we can see what has happened. I've changed the font. I've changed the size. I've changed the color of the postcode. So automatically, anybody looking at this thing can see that the one that you want them to see, I've highlighted it, right? So if I come to the tooltip of the second one, I'll repeat that same thing for the second one now. Tooltip, I highlight everything. I give it this font, and I put just one space in between instead of that long, that lot of space. So I just put one space in between. What I want here is to show is the sum, and I increase the size of the sum sales, and I also make it what? Red. And this other one, I make it, I highlight it, and I make it mustard color, this color. Then I say okay. So if I come here now, you see what I've done here now. Also, I've done the same thing. So when someone picks it, it's easy for them to see. You can highlight when you're moving the thing around. When someone is looking at their dashboard, they can easily move around and see what's going on, right? So
Please, I have a question, sir.
Okay.
Please, is it not possible to have these tooltip at the level of all rather than having it separate for the latitude, sir?
To put that on, yeah, you can put it at all, but if I put it at all, that means it will show, like, if you do it the all, that means it show everything. So
yes, that's what I mean, sir.
Yeah, if you want it to show everything, if you want it to show everything, of course you can make it show everything, right? But because it is what you are pointing at. But if you want it to show, if you want it to show everything at once, I don't think it will show everything, but if you want it to show everything at once, there's a way you can do that. So if for example, I want it to show profit, I can come down and say profit and say, okay, no, I'll just duplicate this so that I don't start changing. So I can say profit. Yeah, that's a good question here. So I'll say profit, and I'll say enter. I'll say space, and I'll come here, insert. Right? Insert. I look.
There's no profit there.
There should be profit here now. Okay.
I guess it will only be there at the level of us, since you are dealing with a sheet, one out of these two.
It will work. But will it work? Let's see. No, the reason why I would, let's see if it applies it, and let's see. No, it's not going to work. The thing is this: it's not going to. If I edit it here, it will not change anything, because if I edit it in this place, all it's saying is, let's see if it says show tooltip responsive. Wow. So this has nothing to do with that. All selected by category is good. So yeah, so it's showing at every level. So what is happening here is this: I can edit at this level. I can edit everything at this level. But if I point at whatever I'm pointing at, because I've not embedded that profit in this, maybe let's see if I put it in detail. See, let's see profit. If I put profit for this, if I put profit in detail, let's see what happens. So if I put profit in details, then maybe I can include it in my tooltip here. You see, then there's profit, right? So I can put sales. So I can put profit. So if I put on this, I can see the profit there. So I can decide I would edit this profit and make it like, say, green, so that it's a different color. So this is a profit. So even at that self, you can even still go further. You can say, let us say, for example, I do a calculation field. Let's say I just want to give further example. I do a calculation field, and I say, what's that? I say percentage of profit, right? So percentage of profit technically will be profit over sales times 100, right? So let us say profit divided by sales. And I say, okay, right? And I bring this into detail. And I come here, click on the drop down. I believe I'll go over it again. It's just I'm just doing a little making a little fast. So as I click on this drop down and I come to quick calculation, I say percentage of total. It will change it to percentage, right? So if I come to tooltip and I say I remove this, I say I didn't put it in all, but I put it in that place. So I just say, okay, I say profit, percentage per, okay, I don't even use percentage, profit percentage. I now insert, this profit percentage, right? I say, okay. So what to do is that it will tell me, it will write the, no, undo. I think so in this lower part, right, I put profit. Sorry about that. Just hold on. Profit percentage. Yeah. So I insert profit percentage, right? And I give it a different color too. Maybe this time around I make it black. I increase the font to 12. And so I make it bold. I say, okay. Right. So if I come here now, what has it done? It has put the profit, the percentage of profit. So most times this percentage of profit percentage is always called profit margin. So it has put the profit margin on the tooltip. So it has put the profit margin and it's putting the profit margin per state, right? So that's something that you can do with tooltip. We did not do anything we didn't calculate profit margin, but you see that's one thing that you can do. So you can calculate and put in the detail, then from the detail you can put on the tooltip. So you see what I've done. So do we have any question, or do you want me to go over that again?
Yes, yes.
So I'll go over it one more time. So I would remove this, right? I would delete this. So okay, so like I've done a calculation field before. This is not the first time I'm going to do a calculation field. So I'll just really run that. So if you want to do a calculation field, you come to this drop down right here. Come and click on calculation, create calculated field. Right? And what field do you want to calculate? We want to calculate, I'll just call it the right name now. So profit margin. Just to be correct, and just to be sure that I am correct, so I'll just check formula for profit margin. So like need something like very simple. So total revenue. Yeah. What did you say?
No, don't worry.
No, say what you said.
I was saying sales minus cost over sales.
Sales minus cost over sales. Yeah. So sales is sales minus cost is profit. So, the cost of producing or incurring the material minus the amount that you bought it and be sold it is your profit. The amount that you made on selling the product is your profit. So that is the profit. So it's profit over sales. So, but all these many because it's many I shall know is like net income over sales. So the amount that you made, the money that you made, the profit you made all over the sales. So operating profit divided by sales times 100. So I think it's all saying the same thing. Profit over sales times 100. So it is profit over the sales times 100. So I think I'm correct. So we can move further. So I don't give you the wrong calculation here. So we say it's profit. So we already have our profit, right? And we say profit divided by what? Sales. And we already have our sales. So we say okay. But we don't need to say times 100 because I can decide to say times 100, right? Times 100. It will give me the direct listing, but it will not put percentage in front. I have to go and change the value to percentage somewhere. So, but instead of doing that, I can just say, okay, right? And bring this profit margin, bring it into my, okay. Now, I've done the profit margin, I've done the calculation field for profit margin. And now put it, profit margin in what? In detail. And when I put it in detail, it comes here to. So now, because if I put the profit margin directly, if I come to this thing and you see profit margin, and I'm just, we have already put profit margin here. If I come to the tooltip, and this part, let me rename it as profit margin. Profit margin. If I insert the profit margin now, this profit margin, you will see the value that it will come out, you want it to come out, what the value will come out as. So you understand what I'm saying. So I put the profit margin, but what's coming out? What's coming out is what is in decimal places. 4.7. Can you see what I'm saying? Let me just remove this extra thing that's confusing. So it's just giving us 4.7. You see, 2.5. Give us 4.5. It's give us 12.5. 8.0. 20. Minus 336.9. That's what it's giving us. But for us to change it to percentage, the way we change it to percentages, we are going to ask Tableau to do the calculation for us. So we'll come to this profit margin. We'll just click on the drop down here. When we click on the drop down, we'll go to. So if you come here, you can see this is sum. If it's the average you want, you give you media count, and things like that, percentile. But that's not what we want to do. We are not, doing that. We are doing a quick calculation here. So we are doing a quick calculation that is saying either total running total, difference, percentage difference, percentage of total. So we are going to use percentage of total. There's ranking, there's percentile, there's moving average. So we are using percentage of total. So if I click on percentage of total, it will do the percentage already for. So if I come here and put on it, what is it showing me? 0.52%. If I come here, showing me the percentage. So you have calculated the percentage using that quick calculation. So if
Why is it not showing?
Was it not showing? Who is speaking, please?
I don't know.
Okay, do you want to share a screen quickly?
Okay.
So that's another thing I've shown you today. The tooltip is very important when it comes to when you want people to be able to interact with your dashboard easily. You use the tooltip to interact with your dashboard easily. You understand? So that's very important. So Adra, we're waiting for you.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yeah. So the reason why it's not showing is because you put your profit margin somewhere else. Okay, so scroll down, click on tooltip, click on tooltip. So you have not inserted it there. So go to insert. Insert at the top.
Okay.
So you click on to that total sum, that where the profit margin, just down. After username.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Click on that. Click on OK. So because you have put it in the second card, you know it's your second card that you're using. So it will not show it, will show in your second card. So if you wait, just hold on. Over the circles, any of the circles, you can see it, your profit margin.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Right.
Thank you.
So you did it for the lower. So like I said, either you put those figures in there or you put it in the other one. So yeah, so that's that as regards to that. Yeah. So you can stop sharing now. So is everybody clear with what we have so far? Yeah, guys. Before I quickly show you the dashboard quickly. Guys.
Just to be certain, for us to get the percentage, you said we should go to the
drop down here.
Yes, that one.
Yeah, quick calculation.
Okay, quick calculation.
Quick table calculation. So you can pick it.
Okay.
Yeah, you can still edit it, right? So you can edit it. So yeah, so this is like that is me going to edit, right? So you can pick any one of it.
Okay.
Other edit, yeah. So
thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So that's as regards to that. Yeah. So now we have our. So me, I'll just delete this one. I don't need this for me. So yeah, so we have a lot of things that we looked at. We looked at profits by region. We looked at profits by region also, but a different visualization. We looked at symbol by sales symbol by population. We looked at profit symbol map by population. So this is profit and sales. But what can happen is we can superimpose them on one another. So we did something like that here. Yeah. But this is for like state level, and this is for sales. But what I did in this place is that this is the population of the area and the sales of the area. So if we can relate the sales to the population of the area. So you can see the sites that are very, very red or very, very, that's red, is red or I don't know colors. Say, is it maroon? For those that know colors. So anyways, the area that is very red, you can see that the population is more dense in that area. And you can see the sales is higher in those areas. So we can relate to it. That is where we have the most sales, where the population is more. And where the population is least, that's where we have the least amount of sales. See this place now, there's very low sales. There's very low sales. There's very low sales. There's very low sales here. There's very low sales here. There's very low sales here. We can see the color of those areas, right? So we can relate. That's why I did a population map, right? And yeah, we did also. I also did a population map in addition to profit too. We can also kind of relate to. But in Texas, we can see the population is. It shows that there's high population, but they are losing money in Texas. Let's see. Yeah, you see there's high sales in Texas, but they are losing money. Actually, losing money in Texas. Right. So this is something to look at. Why are we losing money? Geographically, they can look at. So when you want to do a map first, they always advise you to do like the geographical map first, then you do other maps and so on and so forth. So yeah. So and we also looked at other maps, and we looked at region with most per sales per segment. We looked at profit region, region with most profit per category. We looked at region with most profit by subcategory. We looked okay, this is not most profit, it should be least profit. Not most profit, least profit. We looked at the least profit. This is so yeah. So yeah. So where I can do if I was going to look at this kind of map is I can create another sheet, right? I can create another sheet, but this time around a table sheet. That is probably looking at, I can create a calculation field and say what? Let me see. Let me see. Oh, okay. I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to have like maybe total profit. Let's see. I'm just trying to think of something. Just give me. Just give me. Just give me a moment there. I'm just thinking of something there. Let's see. Profits. Um, so what I can do is this. Now I can do, if I bring in profit, like we always say, Tableau, what Tableau does is like it looks at the total, right? So this is the total profit. So I can have a sheet that says total profit. So I can have something that talks about the total profit of like so I'll just use the same font I've been using since, right? So I'm trying to build a visualization that has like everything that I want. So what I can do is I can format this, just make this and give it make it that. So this is the total profit. I can have another sheet. Let me rename this as total profit. I'm just going to rush through this a little, but there's I can do another one and call it total sales. I can do another sheet and call this profit. Okay, we already have profit margin or total profit margin, right? So what else can we give? What else can we add? Should we put quantity or sales? Sales quantity, total sales, total quantity, total quantity. So this gives an overview, a general overview of the company. So if I put total sales now, if I bring the value, where is sales? Total sales. So it puts the value there. If I did this just like I did formatted the last one, I put it on 12, right? And I is it 12 or 11? I can't remember. 12. So I put it on 12. That's that. As regards to this, I change the font of this. I change it to what I've been using since. So I have that. So I have total revenue, right? Because we have calculated, no, total profit margin. We have calculated profit margin, right? I put it there. But this time around, I want it to be in percentage, right? So I come there. No, 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 no. So what I'll just do is, I'll just quickly do something quick. Edit. So it's sum. So I'm using another command, sum. So this sum is summing all the profits divided by sum of sales, right? So all the profit divided by all the sales. And I say, okay. Now, this is that one is divided all this. So now I can now change this, right? Two. How is it giving me this? How is it giving me 100%? Should give me 100%. Just to make life more easy for me. I don't know why it's doing what it's doing. So I don't know why it's doing what it's doing there. But I'll just edit it. I'll just say times, or better still, I can leave it as this value, yeah. And I'll come here. I'll just go to edit format, and I'll go to what profit margin, and I'll come here for I'll come to numbers. I'll come to current. I'll come to percentage. You see, it has changed it to percentage. I give it 1 decimal place. So what I did was I did the formula sum, total sum of profits, all the profit divided by all the sales. Now I now came to format. I came to numbers. Where we used to change to currency. We used to change before, we used to change currency, we just change to percentage. Now it's percentage, and you reduce it to 1 decimal place, then you change to this. Then you just redo it to formatting. Right? Change this one to what you have been using. And I'll also change this guy to what I've been using. It's just a repetitive process. You might not get everything now, but the idea is for you to get this. Then the total sales, the total quantity. Let's spell quantity right here. Quantity. So I will just bring the quantity, drop it in here, give it a name. Give it the font I've been giving it since, right? So you are the one that know the font you have been using since. So I'll just edit this like I've been doing. I'll just click on the sum. So if, for example, I want to change this, I want to put the currency, because I've not been putting the currency. So you see the currency is there, and I reduce to 0 decimal place, right? The currency is there. So then if I want to edit it further, 12, I might be using 12. Is it 12 I'm using? I think so. Yeah, so 12, but I think I might be using this guy. Yeah. So this is not what I've been using. Using something else. So let's assume that I want to put the sales here. I want to put the currency there. I'll go to format, just like we've been doing field. I go to sum. I come to numbers here, then I change it to currency. It's that same place that I change it to percentage for that profit margin. So I reduce that to 0, right? Then for the next one, total, I want to change this one to currency, the currency that I want. I'll come here, sum, and I'll come here, then currency. It's pounds that I use, I remove the decimal place there. Or you can put 1 decimal place. So I have all these things. Now I want to build my dashboard. So one dashboard I built, I just showed in a class that I was just giving an explanation of. I just did this quickly just to show you guys. So, but we'll do a fresh dashboard, right? So I can name the dashboard overview. As I can say company or organization overview. Now I like this. So what am I doing? This is not dashboard. Let me copy, delete. So dashboard is the second one, right? So click on the second one. So click on the second one. We rename our dashboard as organization overview, right? The first thing I want to do is I want to make my dashboard because we all have different screens. So you can adjust your screen, you can adjust the height of your space and all these things according to the pixel of your screen. Some people's pixel, some people's laptops are different. So you want to send this, you want another person to access this dashboard and his resolution is different. So you want to adjust the resolution of the screen that you want to use. But for this purpose, I'll use what? I'll use automatic. So we're using automatic. Automatic is like the full screen. So what I would first want to do is I want to come to dashboard and I want to what? I want to say show title. Are we all on dashboard now? The editing, you don't necessarily have to do this total profit margin, total quantity at the moment. I'm just showing us how, I just created that so that it looks like a complete dashboard. We can always, do that at our own time. But what is important the most is getting the idea of the dashboard, right? So if we all create our dashboard, create a new dashboard and write organization overview, and click on show title, it will show the organization overview. Now, if you are here, we will just go to layout quickly. We click on layout. No, sorry, we just click on layout to show layout. And what this has done is it's not giving me the entire layout of the something. So I'll click on this just to highlight the space that we are. This space, I'll just highlight it and I'll click on background and I'll click on black. That's for me. I want my background to be black. So you can decide if you don't want your background to be black. So, but I want my background to be black. I want to edit my organization overview. I want to edit the text. So I've edited the text. So that's the text right there. Right. So this is the space for me to put my dashboard, right? So what I want to do is this. So I go to dashboard, right? So what I want to do is I want to pick a vertical container. A vertical container. Are we all here?
No.
No.
What do you mean no? Are we trying to create this total profit, total margin?
No. So I'm trying to change the background to black, but there's no background here.
If you go to layout,
Yes.
click on the space, click on the, like when you go to layout, the first thing is you just highlight the space. Like you see, when you highlight the space, you can now change the background there to black. Okay, you see what's happening. Can you see? I just put none. See, if I have not selected anything, the background, I can't highlight the background. But when I select the space that my dashboard, then I can highlight it. Then it's highlighted. Then I can now select it. So have you done that?
Yes, I've clicked it the way you did, but it's still not showing background.
Okay. Share your screen, please. I'm just reading your message, Shegun. Are you still confused? So go to scroll down. Scroll down on your left. I can't see what's happening on your left. No, scroll down. Yeah, that's background.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Mm.
So Shegun Samson, are you still confused?
Maybe after the class, I'll watch the video.
Oh.
I don't want to take over.
No, you can just say where you're confused, because it's what's confusing you exactly.
Don't worry, continue, sir.
No, just say what's confusing you. Just say what's confusing you. Can't be that bad.
The thing is, let me, because at the initial stage, my network was giving me an issue, but later when it got stable, where I meant you was where you were trying to merge the latitude now.
Okay.
So I can see from there you were like, maybe you do something and then you go back again. I don't know, it's confusing anyway. So that's why I said maybe if the video is available, I'll just go over it again and
okay, yeah, I think that was my fault. I did a lot of things, and I went back and forth, and a lot of back and forth. I think that is my own fault. And yeah, that's my own fault. So yeah, but it's not a really difficult process. I would if you can wait, maybe say extra 20 or 10 minutes. It shouldn't take more than 10 minutes or 15 minutes. I will show you what I did again after the class. I know we
no
should have
problem, I'll wait.
I know you should have ended by now, but I'll just quickly show us the dashboard. So, but for those of us that have the dashboard, are we on this page? Have we done this?
Sorry, please, how did you expand the page?
All I did was I just clicked here and I clicked on automatic. I picked
size.
automatic. Under size, just click on automatic, it becomes big.
Okay.
So is it now big?
Yes.
Okay. So now, like I said, I want to give an overview. First, I want to give an overview of the company, right? So first, you see, we have a vertical container and horizontal container here. I will explain to us what it means. See, if I drop an horizontal container here, what it means is that the things that I want to be dropping will be horizontal, at horizontal level. But if I drop a vertical container, it means that what I'm dropping will be vertical. I will show you what I mean by that. Now, if I drop now I'm picking an horizontal container, I'm dropping it here. And I'm picking a vertical container, I'm dropping it underneath it. Okay, let's start that again because it looks a little bit fast. Now I will drop a horizontal container in this. So let's just leave it as horizontal container like this. Now, what I want to put in this horizontal container are the overview of the company, which is what? Total sales, total profits. I'll put total profit, total sales next to it. I'll put total profit next to it, and I'll put total quantity next to it. Right. So I just I pick this, I click on this, and I come to stand and I say entire view. Okay, so yeah, so okay, oh Lord, okay, it's looking okay. So like I said, I already put the horizontal container there. I don't even know if I already put the horizontal container there. So I'm now putting the horizontal container, I'm putting in this total profit first. I put in total profit, not that. So I put in total profit. No, not that. Total profit here. Then next to it, I want to put in total sales. Just next to it here. Then I want to put in the total, what's it called? Total profit next to it. And I want to put in the total quantity next to it. So, but then again, I can adjust these guys. Right, let me just put something underneath them. So I put a vertical container underneath. Just expand the width, okay? So just adjust this quickly, adjust this guy, adjust this guy. Total width, total width, total width. So so what I did was I put the horizontal container in. I now put all this profit. I put the profit, I put the profit, I put the profit. So I adjusted them and I used this. So when I clicked on this, I can use the entire window, I used this width, fit to width to adjust. So I can adjust it to, to match like this. So what I can do for that is because I want to use black. So there are some things that I'm supposed to do, which I did not do because I'm supposed to use black. So I will just quickly do them in a hurry now. So I would format the entire thing and use black for the worksheet. Then for the letters itself, I'll change them to white so that whatever I'm dealing with, I can see it in that place. So I'm using black and white, right? That's what I'm using for the work. It's just for my own. It's just me that is doing that. Right. So the thing is, if you don't get it now, we'll still look at dashboard again one more time with another work, right? So, but we'll still look at it with another work. But what I'm just doing now is I'm just editing this dashboard so that I can show you what I want to show you. So I'll just, like I said, I'll just do the other one to black and white. Edit this one to be white, just so I can see it in that the dashboard. So I would edit this one again. Okay, it's already there. So I'll just make it white. Thought it was, I don't know, white and then background black, so we can see it. Then this one, the right, what's it called? I think correct. So I just highlight this one and make it white too. Apply OK. And the last one, black, white, white, then this white. So so I'll just come back to this so we can see what we have is black, black, black. Okay, this one, why is it not changed? Total, have I not done the total? Oh, Didn't you do the total? Well, I didn't do total. Oh. So I didn't do total. So total. No, I did it now. So merge the. So I did it now. Okay. So white and the background black. Okay, so I have the so I just adjust it a little just for everything to fall into place. Right. So I'll open another one next to it. Sorry, not that. I'll open another one next to it, and I would just just to just to range automatic, just to so we can just follow again. So I put I said I will show the title, the title of the dashboard. Then I'll bring in horizontal. So once I bring in this horizontal container, inside the horizontal container, I can place my profit, total profit. I can place it there. Then next to it, I can place next to it. You can see this thing is is showing like, okay, this dark place that is showing that this is the dark place that is showing that this thing wants to be next to the value, so it's next to it. Now I'll just make so that it's clear, so that because I've already made all these things black and white. I've already made all these things white. I've already made them white so that you can see them clearly. So so if I bring, I put the container is there. So I bring in the total profit. I put it there. The container is not there yet. So I bring in the horizontal container. So I bring in the total profit is next to it. So the total profit. So if you see how this thing is moving as I'm moving it, you can see that it's showing that the place that is darker, that is like gray, is where the thing is staying. So I put it there. So if I bring in the total sales, I put it next to it. You can see the part that is gray is showing that is next to total profit. That place that is gray that is by the side, you can see it's next to it. So I bring in total profit. The place that is gray again, next to it, you can see it next to it that is gray. You can see it. So I bring in total quantity that is next to it. You can see. Then I click on this total. I click on it. It's highlighted. I come here standard. I'll say fit to what width. So it takes the entire width. So what I can do is I can now bring in a vertical container and put underneath them. You see, it's staying underneath. Underneath, you can see the dark place. The dark place is where it is staying. So it has stayed underneath them. So I can adjust this guy. I can move this guy up. Right. When I move this guy up, I can edit this one because I said it should fit to width. I can move it, right? Then I can move this other guy too. Then I can click on this one and see what fit to width again. Then I can click this last person, say what fit to width, and this one to fit it to width. Since I fit it to width, I can adjust them as I please. So that's what I did in the earlier one that I did. I just fit them to their width and I adjusted it. So I can adjust it. So I'm adjusting it. So yeah, so this how you do your building of your dashboard. So just like what I've done here. in the first one. So the next, because I put a horizontal container, I put an horizontal container here. Now, what I want to put now there is I want to bring in the geographical field. Maybe like say, maybe I should bring in the profit. Because I have this, I can bring in the sales and profit, right? I can bring in the sales and profit, or I bring in the profit and sales differently if I want to. I can bring in the profit, I can bring in the sales, right? And I can bring in the profit next to it, right? Because I used vertical, I already put the, what do you call it? The what do you call it? The vertical, the vertical container there. So what I can do, I can edit these guys to change their name, their thing to white, so that you can see it. These guys too can be white. So there, I can also put a vertical container underneath these two. So you see, it adjusts the stuff. But before I do, I won't do that directly now. So what I'll do is I'll take the vertical container. This is tricky. This thing gets tricky. Okay, let me undo. It gets tricky it gets tricky, can be tricky sometimes. So let me do this again. Bring in the vertical container. Then I bring in, no, I bring in, so what's happening? Okay, what happens? I bring in an horizontal container first, right? Then in between the horizontal container, I now put in, I put in a vertical container. So so I can bring in because what we are doing, so that, okay, you understand what I'm doing once I would explain it. So I can bring in this guy and bring in this one next to it. So we can put these guys under each other. Right? We can bring these guys under each other. But yeah, so we can bring these guys under each other. Right. Then we know that we need what do you call it? Another vertical container. So I put a vertical container in, and I want to show. But for this container, I was supposed to do something. I was supposed to do something before I put anything. I was supposed to make it black, right? So I did not make it black. So I'll just really do that now. I'll make that black. So we have that. So what I want to now bring in is I want to bring in things that are now maybe the profit or sales. Say, do we have something that says that, okay, I can do this. So this is region. What's here? This is region with most sales. So we have, okay, so now what we can do now is this. I can go back to this dashboard. Right? This dashboard. Oh, okay, I'm building on the other dashboard. I didn't even know. So we have this dashboard. I'll just make it black again. So I'll just make it black again. I'll go to layer, make this black. Right, make this guy black. Yeah. So I'll now bring in those so we have profit by region, right? And we have sales. What do you have? Okay, so I'll just edit this guy. I'll just make this one black too, quickly. This one I did not edit it from the get-go, but I would sort that. So I would just edit this one to be black. So layout, make that black. So we have this one. This guy is black. So this one is profit. This one is region with the most profit per category. So do we really okay? Do we really? Do we really need the profit per region? So I would, because I don't really want to like look at profit per region. So what I'll just put here is I'll just put the profit. I just put the region with the most category, like region with the most profit by category, or and I can now look at maybe the region with the least profit per category. So, but it's the same, it's the same dashboard, right? It's the same, sorry, data, right? So what I'll just do is I'll just pick, rather than doing that, I'll just pick this guy here. That's the, let me delete, okay, okay, I just pick this one to, let me fit it to the entire view. Right, so what I've done in this dashboard is just so what I've done in this dashboard. Okay, let me just so what I've done here is I'll just I'll make this one white. I'll give it font, apply, make it white, apply, layout. I know it's very confusing at the moment. Just bear with me. It's quite difficult for me to kind of explain it, but I would try my best to explain it. So so this is what the dashboard will look like. So in this dashboard, I just make it a full screen for you guys now. So in this dashboard, I'm showing an overview. I'm showing the total profit, total sales, total profit margin, or profit margin rather than total profit margin assurance. So I just name this, I'll just rename it as profit margin. So I have the profit margin, I have the what do you call it? I have the total quantity, right? So those are the, let me just I'll just adjust this a little. So what I have is I have the I'll adjust that later. So I have the total quantity, total profit, and total sales. So the stakeholders now, they're looking at their total profit, they're looking at their margin, they're looking at their total quantity. This quantity should not be in this. It shouldn't be in. It should be in numbers, right? So I made a mistake there, right? So I'll just quickly edit that to format, just the same way we have been doing, yeah, we just use number custom. That's it. I'll go back to dashboard now quickly. No, I'll just go there. Yes. So So we have the total profit, total sales, total profit margin, and total quantity of product that was sold. So now we are not looking at sales in the map. We are looking at the sales in the map. So it's easy to see, and we can see the legend just on the side there, showing, okay, this is the population. This is what the population is, and this is the profit, the size, based on the size, and the color. So since we are not, because we are not using, because you can decide to pick one of it, right? You can decide to pick color or pick the size, because they both say the same thing. So you can decide to remove the color legend or keep the color legend, or even keep both. There's space for it. Now we're now looking at the region with sales. So for the region with sales. So for this one, I just selected because we have already done the analysis before, where we had, there is the all, right? So we have the all. This is the all showing the details for all. But we can also, because the all are showing that is furniture that is doing the list. So we are showing the company, not all. We are showing the company just furniture. So furniture is bookcases, I think, furnishings. Can't remember what the things that are there. But I know table is there. I think these are the three things that are there. Okay, so we have, these are the three things that are there. So that is why because we know that furniture is the one that is doing the list, that is performing the list. That's why we highlighted furniture. But we can pick all to show, right? So this is the stakeholders interacting with the dashboard. So you already have like the breakdown according to region, the sales, right? You already have that breakdown, and they can pick from there. But we can also, if we also want to do, like, make it more granulated, we can also decide. Sorry, this is just looking at. We can also decide that. Let me just go back to the normal view. We can also decide that we just. Sorry that I'm taking your time. Just give me a moment there. We can also decide to, these categories here. You can decide to put, the category, right? You can decide, where's category? You can decide to put the categories in a filter too. And we can ask it to show the filter. So you can have the filter for these two, and we can also keep it on what? We can also keep it on the drop down. Right. So we can go to the organization, so we can have it there. So it should be included there. Let me. I'm trying to include the dashboard I just added to the filter I just added to it now. So okay, so what I was just trying to do is I wanted to just put the subcategory there so that you can also filter the subcategory. So the stakeholders can filter whatever it is that they want to filter. I don't know if you get me. So the stakeholders can filter whatever it is that they want to filter. So it's easy for them to filter. So you can so this is all, but you can also reduce it to so you can pick the ones that you want to pick. So that's the main purpose of a dashboard. So based on what I've done, I will try to explain what I want to do, what I've done here so far for you, so to simplify it. so that it's easy for you to build a dashboard by yourself. It is quite it's difficult to explain, but I'll try to explain it as best as I can. So what I've done here is you see, I have created a container where you can place things into. So it's like, just imagine for all of us that did technical drawing in secondary, I'm sorry, in secondary school and in the university, right? When you want to draw a on a sheet, you first draw your title block, right? You draw the space for your drawing. You do all those measurements. So what you are doing is you are drawing a box where you want to draw your things. So you draw a box for your title, but maybe a box, you can draw a box, and in that box you are writing your name. Even within your name, you draw boxes, you do like lines just to show that it is perfect, so that your lettering is perfect. So it's like you're putting a box within a box, right? And you map it out. So that's what you are doing with a container. In this case, you are mapping your drawing out, right? So with the container, you're mapping your drawing out. So so likewise in this place, you're mapping your container, you're drawing something out. So I will delete this quickly so I can show us, so I can explain to us what I mean quickly, so that so that we understand it properly. So this is our dashboard without a container, right? This is our dashboard without a container. So first I want to include a container, and we have two containers. We have the horizontal and vertical container. In the horizontal container, once you put the horizontal container, that means you can only put things side by side, side by side, side by side, right? So if you put two horizontal containers, that means that you want the two of them to stay side by side. You want to place things, like, for example, if I place one horizontal container here, undo. If I place one horizontal container here, and I put another horizontal container beside it, right? Beside it, just next to it. But we have to also be wary of this thing. You see the way I've dropped it, it has covered the, it has overlapped the horizon, it has overlapped the title. But I don't want it to overlap the title. I want it to be side by side. So we have to look at it. You can see it side by side. If I pick it up, you can see it has gone up. When I bring it down, it's side by side. So we have to be wary of this. This is why I say it's difficult to explain. But if you follow it, you can see side by side. If I put it here, it's going to cover you see, it's covering the entire screen. So if I drop it there, it will go up. But if I bring down horizontal again, I put it like this, and I put it by the side like this, you see it to stay side by side. You stay next to it. So if I put it here. So if I want to do something vertical, I can come and put that one underneath. Vertical. Now, if I want to put something that would like, maybe, for example, I want to do something that would later, maybe, in this one now, in this work that I did, I have side by side, and I have one that is standing straight. But I did not want this one, that this region and this region most profits. I did not want it to affect. I did not want it to affect the legend. I didn't want it to be under the legend. I wanted the legend to be straight. I put another container for that purpose. So it's about understanding how to use these containers. That is dashboard. So when I put the first container, what do you call it? I gave it a background. I said it should be black. And I went to dashboard, and I brought out profits. I put it in that container. You see, it's in the container. The profit is in the container. I bring in the sales. I want it to be next to the container. You can see that gray area. You can see that gray area. That's where I want it to be. So it is next to it. Now, if I take the profit by the total profit margin, it is next to it. I want it to be next to it. If I take the total sale, I want it to be next to it. So I'll make sure that it's next to it. You can see it's next to it here. So I want it to be next to it. Then I will now click on this total quantity. I'll click on standard. This standard up here, and I'll say fit to width. So that it takes the entire width. Then I can now adjust it. Then I can click this next one too again. Fit to width. I will adjust it. So I can take this next one again, fit to width, and I will adjust it. Then I can take this next guy again, fit to width, and I will adjust it. You see, they are all adjusted. Then I can adjust the height. Then I can adjust this one. It would, you see, because I'm using fit to width, it will adjust accordingly. So you can adjust that one later. So that is the first step, doing this upper part, the upper band. Now I want my legend to be on the side, and I want the other things to be on one side. So I will bring in the vertical container again because it's it's a side-by-side container. So I put it underneath. Then I bring another vertical container to put beside it. So there are two vertical containers there. So now I can now say, okay, let me bring in my map and put side by side now in that container. So I bring in one map. You see that it has brought up that legend because of that container that I put there. Then I bring in the other, maybe this time around I bring in this one. Right. So we can see how it is. So maybe I'll change this one, I'll change the background because I'll just change the background to black because I've already used the black background. So I'll change this one to black. In fact, let me just change the entire thing to black. So yeah, so this is the black. Now I want to put something underneath now. So I can bring the vertical container underneath it. It does not work the way I want it to work. I will just undo this quickly. So there's no, let me delete this container first. So there's no container there. What I want is the horizontal container. I bring in the horizontal container. I bring in this guy. So now, so I bring in another vertical horizontal container. Okay, the horizontal. So I'll bring in the map again. So it's next to it. So I want to bring in something underneath, but I don't want it to take the space of these guys there. I want it to be directly underneath this guy. You know how the legend goes all the way to the ground. I want it to be exactly that same thing here. So I'll just come here, come and pick this vertical container and place it. Still not doing what I want it to do. Oh. You see, it's kind of tricky, a little tricky. So just hold on. Let me do it this way. Let me do it this way. If I have the horizontal container, then I put the vertical container underneath. Okay, let's do it this way. Then I now bring in, I've set the space already. So I now bring in the maps. Let's see if it will work this way. No, it's not. It's not doing what I want it to do. Not doing what I want it to do. Let me close that again. So it's supposed to be side by side, right? I'll just, it's supposed to be side by side, not like that. Let me try that again. Bring this in, then bring in the other guy. It's going all the way to the top. I don't want to go, but let's still try it this way and see. Then I bring in the what's this. It's not what I want. It's not what I want either. It can be quite tricky. So, but I don't want to keep us waiting and waiting and waiting. I'll still do it again, but I don't know if we kind of understand what I'm trying to show us. I don't know if anyone can say something. Guys, this is where you say something, because I'm trying my best to try to explain it to you as best as I can with the can someone say something, please? Am I just talking to myself? Guys,
I've got a concept. So yeah, I will look at the recording.
okay. So it's basically about the you can try it as much as possible. Sometimes you see, I just did it now and it worked, and I was doing it the other time and it wasn't working. So you just keep trying. The major once you just get the idea of it, it's come simple. But it's about dropping, arranging it. Then you can also do the floating. Though the floating might be, you can do the floating also, which is you use the if you use the floating, you can just drop things easily, you see, and then you now arrange it accordingly. But I don't use the floating. I don't really use the floating. Then you arrange it accordingly by yourself. So these things are floating before you now fit them, but I don't really use it. I will show you this one in detail in next class, but the other one is easier if you get the concept. You don't have to start moving around and trying to set it to make sure it's fitting. You just use those feet, all these stuff, all these features up here, instead of manipulating it by yourself. But then again, if that is what you can do, then you can do the manipulation. So I will show us this in detail, like in the next class. So yeah, this is a typical dashboard showing what we discussed earlier. So I'll just let me see if I do something, maybe it will work. Let me why if I remove this from the dashboard, I'll bring it back in. Okay, so I'm floating now, so I'll just remove it from floating. Which one? Because I did so yeah, so I did bring in, So like I said, I did bring in what do you call it? Just to give this thing a little more light, and just to give you guys a little more concept to this, just to bring a little more concept to this. So what I did was I brought in the 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 subcategory. So you can decide, okay, you don't want to look at all the subcategories, you just want to look at chair, you just want to look at this. So you can apply this filter to all. So this filter now, because it's only filtering this one at the moment, right? You can apply it to filter this. You can apply the filter to filter this. You see, I can say, okay, apply. You see, only on this sheet, select sheet. So I can decide, okay, I want to apply it to that. So you get, so you can apply it to this sheet. Most in region or most profit. So I can decide to assign it to that. So if I just click on it, you see it has just adjusted to that particular one. So it's just to give a concept to this, like, okay, we are selecting all. We don't want all. We want to select a particular one. If it's bookcase, if it's chair, if it is table, if it's, understand. Just like, you are doing the subcategory, and you can also put region there too. You get. So the idea is just for people to interact with the board. So because we might not, because I don't see the reason. Maybe we don't need. Maybe we can remove this. Maybe we don't need this. I can decide to remove this. Maybe we don't need this. I can just leave the population. This one does justice to it, right? So, or we can decide to remove this one. Can decide to remove these ones and what do you call it? I can decide to remove these ones and leave this one, because this one does justice to this, with the color, right? You kind of like get it. So, or if you want to remove the color and leave the other one, and leave that other one. If it's the color you want to remove, also you can remove the color. Maybe the size can do justice to it, just to give you some space here, and we can use this one to navigate. So this is actually the job of a dashboard. This is what you use the dashboard for, right? So with the dashboard, the person that the stakeholders can relate with it, and you too can, while you are presenting, you can give them some, some insights. You see, it's showing like the full thing. Like now, it's showing the full thing. I can come here and say, okay, no, I want this one. Okay, what about this one? I can go there. And you can also, you see, this filter, you can also use it. You can also use it to relate to this. Like if I select this person, this place, you can, like I said, I put this filter to filter these things. Then you can also do some kind of filtering, that when you select the particular state, it gives you the what do you call it? It gives you the insight on that state. So you can attach the filter to that. You can attach the filter to that. You can apply the filter to the entire, if you understand, to the entire dashboard, or to the entire. You can select the worksheet. So like I did that time, I selected the worksheet. So if I select maybe sales symbol map, and let's see, sales symbol map. Want it to reflect on sales symbol map. Want it to reflect on sales symbol profit symbol map. So where's profit? So if I click on OK, so every time we interact with this, it's affecting everything. Do you understand? Every time we interact with it, it's affecting everything. If that's what we want to do, as we're interacting, is interacting. So that's what you use the dashboard to do. Yeah, so this is just like, we can have more dashboard where you use stories to create a dashboard, right? So so you have like maybe different dashboard, and you create. So that's what the story is used for. But we'll look again at the dashboard, we'll look again at the dashboard, and you can also try. So maybe in the next class, what we'll do is we'll look at the dashboard and do a simple task. So in the next class, we'll be looking at what they call scatter plot. So we'll just look at that in the next class. So I'm sorry for taking all your time. It will be like this in next class. The dashboard is just a little complex in a way to explain that, because we have a lot of things that we're putting on the dashboard, so it's a little bit complicated. So, but the next class will be different. So, yeah, thank you so much for sticking around. I don't know if anyone has a question. I will just stop recording now. I'll stop recording now.